altitude, but he's real.
There's the lineup: Hines, Calendar, Bailey Cole, Bledman, Blake, Simbine, Robinson, and Adams.
Blake off the gas at the Jamaica Invitational for his 9.93. More there on that night as we get to Kamara Bailey Cole there, Commonwealth champion 2014 and a world finalist when Jamaica had 4 men in the final in 2013.
Has had a good start to the season. Bailey Cole as well has gone 10.06 as we go to the very inside where we have Chadwick Hines. He goes in lane 1.
He is part of the high-speed pen relay 4x1 champion team for GC Foster. They won. He had the anchor leg at the pen relays.
In lane 2, Emmanuel Calendar, Trinidad and Tobago, veteran now.
10.19 is best this year. He has done 10.05. Would desperately love to break 10 seconds. But at 10.05 as a PB, a competent sprinter.
Emmanuel Calendar there has been around for a while now. And outside of him, Kamar Bailey Cole
has improved so much since finishing second in Montego Bay at Carifta's Jazeel Murphy. World finalist 2013, has 2 Olympic gold medals in the 4x1s.
Outside of him, Keston Bledman, a man who certainly knows how to run fast. As Bailey Cole continues to be introduced to the packed crowd at the National Stadium. This man knows how to run fast, but whether he runs fast when it really matters is the big question.
Well, you're right about that. 9.86. Super fast, Keston Bledman. However, this year, only 10.18 has represented Trinidad and Tobago at the Olympics and the World Championships.
Outside of him, the blessed one, Yohan Blake.
Lost to Bledman at the Pan American Junior Games in 2007, but since that time, Yohan Blake has become one of the world's best sprinters. 9.69 for 100 meters and 19.26, youngest world champion at 100 in 2011, double silver at the Olympic Games in 2012, on the way back, 4th in the 100 in the Olympic Games last year.
The crowd erupts for Yohan Blake. Outside of him, the South African, Akane Simbine.
Simbine is the 3rd fastest man in the world for 2017. He has run 9.92 seconds this year. He also has a 1995 200-meter PB that he did this year. His 9.89 best was set last year when he made it to the Olympic finals and came 5th.
Bryce Robinson goes in lane 7.
Trying to break into the powerful American sprint group. There's change in America now, so maybe he can find his way through.
And the American, there he is in 7. Justin Gatlin struggling so far this year, and so maybe a lot of the rising sprinters in the United States looking to break into the top 3. And outside of him, Antoine Adams of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Should mention quickly, Bryce Robinson does have a 9.99 PB from 2015. Antoine Adams of St. Kitts and Nevis would love to take over from our superstar Kim Collins, but he's not quite there yet. 10.01 his PB. Breaking 10 seconds would be fabulous for Adams in this race.
Yes, St. Kitts and Nevis, they have a nice little group. Outside of Collins, there's Adams, there's also Jason Rogers, who's probably struggled with injuries. He's here in Jamaica at the Racers Track Club. So too is Yohan Blake, who goes in lane 5. There is Bailey Cole, traditionally not a very good starter, but he comes on late. Blake had a great start at the Jamaica International Invitational. There he is, 9.69 at his very best. That came in 2012. 2011 world champion. Many people tend to forget that. Blake in 5.
Set.
Simbine 6. Bledman 4. Away they go. Good start for Yohan Blake. Right there with him is Bledman and Simbine. Blake in front. Simbine trying to close him down. Blake to the line. 9.97. Another fabulous performance from the blessed one, and he had a lot left in store as well. He was shutting down from about 10 meters out.
We just saw the race between the 3rd fastest and 4th fastest men in the world this year so far. That's Simbine of South Africa and Yohan Blake, and they didn't disappoint. 1-2. Yohan Blake winning in 9.97. Simbine 10 flat.
Last year, they 4th and 5th in the Olympic final at 100 meters. Sandra Black, my old schoolmate, having a great time supporting the 100-meter champion Yohan Blake. And wow, he's feeling it now on this trip here, undefeated this season. Well, that's not true. Had a couple of races where there were problems, but the last two races here, 2-0 for Yohan Blake, out fast ahead of Simbini, and begins to motor from 40 to 60 to 80. Simbini tries to catch up but can't quite connect to the boy, the man Ricardo calls a blessed one. He cruises across the line. More to give, 997.
I love the start from Yohan Blake. These are the kind of starts that will get him on the podium at the World Championships this year. Stepping well at this point, perfectly relaxed, driving through, not threatened, not worried. He gets sub 10. The track is now blazing hot. We wanted a sub 10 and we got it.
Certain, if there's one impressive thing about Yohan Blake, has been the start. It was great at the Invitational and it was great here tonight as well, and it's refreshing to see him consistently starting at that level.
The bounce is back for Yohan Blake. Had his head hanging down a little bit with injuries and so on. Had problems this season with races where his block slipped and couldn't get back. But here he is at 997, his second sub 10 here in Kingston. He'd love to take this track with him to London.
Sembina 10 flat, Bledman 10.22 rounding out the top three. Bailey Cole down in fourth at 10.23 seconds.
Haven't seen the official win reading, but something very special is about to happen inside the National Stadium. Not only did